What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cold Cut Truth, man. It's your boy AK Chris, and we back in a motherfucking building. You know what I mean? And I got a real special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Who am I sitting here with right now?
Hi, everybody. I'm Priscilla Manning, and I am an R&B singer.
Hey, Priscilla Manning is in the building. Let's give her a quick applause. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Appreciate you for coming through today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Where are you from? Give us the background. You know what I mean?
So I grew up in South Florida.
Get this a little bit closer to you if you don't mind. Yep.
So I grew up in South Florida, specifically like Broward County, but I been all over South Florida. But that's where I was the first 19 years of my life.
19 years, okay. And what did life look like out there? Just like early on type shit.
I mean, I always tell people that South Florida is like a mini Caribbean. And I'm Jamaican, like my parents are from Jamaica. So growing up there is like being surrounded by Caribbean culture like your entire life. On top of like the beach is only like 30, 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
You know, all of your local foods from your countries at like regular Walmarts and stuff. And it's just a whole bunch of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's definitely. I'm from Jersey, so like the whole like Hispanic culture up there. So I could kind of like relate to when you say like the Caribbean culture. Like, yeah, that's something I definitely miss from up north. So how long you been in the A?
I've been here for I want to say like 3 years now. Because you know what? I moved here initially because I got signed.
Okay.
And then labels can be hard. And sometimes being independent can mean better for an artist. So my contract ended, and I had already made so many connections here, and I just decided to stay just because I feel like I had more opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Atlanta is a hub right now. You feel me?
For real, it is. It's literally become like another Hollywood, for sure.
So talk about, you say you got signed. Talk about that experience. Like, how did you end up getting signed? What's the story behind that? And then, like, what's something that you learned while being signed that you would want to share with the people, you know?
So, I was introduced to, like, a music exec. And, everything was cool. I still, like, have so much love for him. But there was just too much that was happening, that was going on. Because it wasn't a big label. It was a small label. And there was too much inconsistencies with communication. I was supposed to open for Jacquees like 2 years ago, and my booking fell through, and nobody told me. And I literally sat in my room for like a day waiting for my flight info to come in, and it didn't. And it was just a whole bunch of hoopla, and I was like, you know what? I'm being controlled right now. I can't release the way that I want to. I can't promote the way that I want to. And I felt like I wasn't being able to be my most authentic self. And I just decided, you know what? I'm waiting it out for my contract to end. And once it ends, I'm going independent and I'm doing things my way. So that's basically what happened.
Yeah. Now that got to be tough, right? Because like if you coming up, you want to, obviously the dream is one day to get discovered and get signed and, blow up and be a big artist and stuff. But how did it feel like going from that to being signed and being like, man, this ain't even really what I want to be doing right now?
It's like a punch to the gut. Like, it's disappointing because you grow up like hearing like the goal is to get signed. The goal is to get reached out to and to have that brand behind you. But once you finally do, I have a really big thing with creative control and being able to be myself. And I was being presented in a way that wasn't me, and I had no control over it. I was making music that I did not want to make, and it was hell. It was just hell. So being independent again, it's lighter. It's lighter and it's more truthful and more in tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What would you say is one of the advantages, because you got more control, obviously, right? So, but what other than that, what's one of the like most advantageous, characteristic of being an independent artist?
Obviously, like being in control of like my masters and my royalties. That's number one.
Yeah.
Foremost. And just being able to creatively direct myself in whatever direction that I can. If I feel like I'm in a certain season of my artistry and I want to explore that more, I have the creative freedom to do that without having to worry about like holding myself to other people's opinions or like trying to fit myself into a box to please other people.
Yeah.
So it just, It's better that way for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So now,
sorry, I didn't.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I feel like also in like this day and age too, with how music is, because I just saw a video from Lizzo today, and she was talking about how like artists of now really need to take advantage of like the way the algorithm works with social media, and how we need to keep pumping out music, pumping out content, doing whatever we have to do to reach ourselves, because it's just not the same thing when it comes to bigger artists. You know what I mean? With bigger artists now, the algorithm doesn't work in their favor, because before it was very straightforward with the labels, but now there's such a huge rise in independency when it comes to making music,
Right.
and people are able to reach people a lot easier without the construct of labels, and now labels are finding it harder to pump out like big artists and to maintain those big artists.
Right.
So now big artists are trying to focus on maintaining their fan bases, but for us smaller artists who are trying to reach out now, we have a better chance of reaching more people, because it's like we're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask about like, so when obviously you went from a label to having like that kind of machine that they talk about, where like they're pushing you and building you up. Now you have to be the machine.
Yeah.
So how do you keep up with that? You know, because like if you're coming from a label situation and you're seeing they're doing A, B, and C, now you like, well, I got to be able to do this independently as well.
Yeah. It can be stressful just because you do have a dream and you have a goal, and it's like
Yeah.
all of those things that
Bring this a little bit closer.
all of the things that you need to do in order to reach that goal can get overwhelming sometimes. But for me, I feel like I have too much of a drive to really complain about it too much. Where like I want to do those things. I want to reach out to people. I want to hit up like different festivals or open mics or whatever, connect with people. I want to reach out to people like you, like the podcast. I want to make my own music, record my own music, arrange my own vocals, like everything, just because I genuinely have a love for it and a love for the game.
Absolutely. You gotta have that. You gotta have a love for the game to be successful in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What got you interested early on? Like, what were your early on influences in life to even get you interested in doing music?
Well, I feel like I've always been in love with music. I've been singing since I was a little girl. Like,
Yeah.
when I was in preschool, my mom loves telling this story all the time. When I was in preschool, I was a yapper and I would not shut up at the table. So I would be put in the timeout corner, and in order to keep myself occupied, I would sing my ABCs and I would sing my 1, 2, 3s, and it just went from there. And then I feel like the big pivotal moment for my family to realize that I actually could sing was we had a Christmas party, and they played one of my favorite songs, and I stood in front of the TV in front of everybody, and I just sang, and I put on that performance. And the video is still on my granddad's YouTube. But I feel like that's when my mom and my dad realized, like, oh, wait, no, hold on. She's got something.
Yeah.
So I was put into music schools. I was put into vocal lessons. I was encouraged to play instruments. I was encouraged to like grow my craft. And then obviously like I grew up being classically trained. So obviously I have like the music theory background. I'm influenced by people like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. Her is one of my biggest idols, a multi-instrumentalist and a vocalist, like, and a songwriter. Like, people like that have really influenced me in how I sing and how I develop my artistry, for sure.
Okay. No, that's dope. It's also dope to hear that your family was supporting you like that early on, because a lot of people, they don't got like for example, me, like some, you know, there was some shit I was trying to do as a kid. My parents were like, man, go do something else, you know,
Right.
like, so how important was that to like give you that boost to like have that push from your family?
Because you know what it is? It like the biggest drive is my mom. My mom, even growing up, she was high-key a momager. Like, she did not play when it came to me and singing. And like in times where I gave up on myself and I was like, maybe this isn't for me, like she'll be the one to like put her hands underneath me and just be like, all right, get up. Like, this is for you because I've heard you, like, you sing and you're good at it, and I
Yeah.
actually see you doing something with this. And I feel like her biggest like drive for me is if I'm good at something, to pursue it with everything that I have. You know what I mean? Because the worst thing that I can do is put myself into a career or a profession and I don't like what I do. So if I
Facts.
love music and I love singing and I love whatever this is, like, she put everything in her power to make sure that I was as prepared for it as possible.
Hey, shout out to moms, man. You gotta have that. You feel me? That's dope. So when did you actually like record your first song?
Oh, I think it was 14. Was it 13, 14?
13,
it was at a
14.
voice lesson. Shout out to Mr. Steve. I love you, Mr. Steve. He had like his own recording studio at like the music school that I was going to for vocal lessons, and he was like, "All right, let's get you in a booth and let's start teaching you how to actually sing into a microphone and how to record."
Yeah.
So I started off by like just recording covers of like popular songs, and then I didn't really write my first official song by myself until I was like 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then how did that feel? You know what I mean? Like what was it like after that? Like do you just start going crazy in the studio?
Pretty much, yeah. Like it was the first gateway to escape, because for me songwriting has always been my escape, like my therapy. It's how I put my feelings on paper, and like from there it was just off, and I just kept going and I just kept doing it. And I love recording too. I love recording. I love arranging and stacking and putting on harmonies and ad libs and everything. Like
Yeah.
it's a game to me.
So if I look at your Pro Tools fucking, you know, your interface, what it looks like hella tracks on it, like
I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. There's just so much stuff in there because I like to do, like, it's fun. Like I'm bored, I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna record a song and then I'll do it.
How long does it take you usually to record like a whole song with all the pieces you want to add to it?
It really depends on how complex a song is and how simple I want to make it. But if I'm doing like a really complex song with a whole bunch of vocals and harmonies and stuff, maybe like 2 days. Just because I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I'll go in there and I'll re-record the same thing over and over and over again. But
Yeah.
like the simpler stuff, like just a couple of hours.
Got you. What's the longest you've been in the studio in one session? Like you ever did like an overnight session? Like
Yeah, because I had like this placement that I was trying to make. I want to say like, oh my God, how long was I in there for? Was it like 14 hours? I think
Wow.
I think it was like 14 hours. It was long. We were in there. Because he was building the beat on top of me writing the song, and then as he's doing that, like now we're recording, now we're putting everything in. You know, we're getting stuff together. But yeah, it was a while. I'm not even gonna lie, it was a while.
that's crazy. 14 hours. That's you locked all the way in.
You know, we locked in.
What's your vibe in the studio? What do you need? Like what when you set up your studio session, you need some drink, you need some smoke. Like what's the vibe in the studio?
I'm gonna be so real. I'm so chill when it comes to being in the studio. Like personally, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And I drink on occasion.
Okay.
But when I'm in there, like
You just chilling. You like
chilling, I bring myself and my water, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's get in here,
all the way locked in.
lock in, and just do what I got to do. Maybe a Red Bull.
A Red Bull.
I think
Okay.
that's all I really need, a Red Bull, and that's it.
That's it. Give her a Red Bull and she going to work.
Yeah.
That's hard. Okay, so what? Being in Atlanta, you know, talk about the music scene in Atlanta. What have you seen? What do you like about the music scene out here?
It's okay. I always tell people this, and they don't get me when I say this. When I say that South Florida is like a mini Caribbean, so it's like Hispanic and also Black people. And moving here in Atlanta, it's just a Black hub of artistry. You know what I mean? So being introduced to that, it was a level of Blackness that I had never grown up on. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm hearing how people move. I'm hearing their artistry, and on some occasions, I don't really understand it because I'm not a super trappy person. You know what I mean? I like rap, but trap is like super big here. So I'm hearing it. I'm just like, all right, no, I'm vibing. As time goes on, I get more used to it. I'm like, okay, wait, this is actually kind of good, you know. But it was definitely a transition. But people here are so hardworking. This is a hustle city.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People hustle here. Like
You gotta be hustling. You gotta get it one way or another.
And I feel like that's what I actually liked about moving here too. Was down in Miami, it's definitely more slow. It's slower. It's more chill. But here it's fast, and people are constantly trying to make something of themselves. They're here to work.
Yeah.
If you're here to work. So I feel like that also woke up something in me that just like, oh wait, everybody else is working. I gotta work too, because I'm not trying to be left behind. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. How you feel about like social media play a huge role right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as coming up as an artist right now, like you definitely gotta be on all these platforms and, doing all the trends and all that shit. Like how important is it to you to keep your presence on social media and really push yourself on those platforms?
So real. I feel like I'm so bad at it. I'm not I'm not doing everything that I know I'm supposed to. Like even my mom is just like, you didn't post today. Why didn't you post today? I'm just like, girl,
damn.
like, please get off my back. Like, I know it's so important to have a constant online presence, but it just doesn't click with me that I really have to like lock it and I have to keep doing it like every day. And sometimes I just want to sit back and be like, can't I just make music and then y'all hear it and that's it? Like, no, I know I actually have to like put in the work to actually connect with people. You know, it just comes down to actual like dedication to it and the consistency. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Consistency is key for sure.
How do you stay consistent though? Because like you said, you can get discouraged and like, you know, slow down a little bit. So like how do you stay consistent yourself?
Time management for sure. And then also like just doing it. Like just getting up and doing it. Like I have to sit there and be like, I didn't post anything today. I need to go post something. I need to go make something. I need to go out something. I need to do something. So, you know, it's all about how dedicated you are to your craft and how much you really want it. If you want it, you will be consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word of the day is accountability. You know what I mean?
That part.
Yeah, you gotta stay accountable and make sure you're doing what you gotta do at the end of the day. I'll be slacking in some shit too. I gotta hold myself accountable. Fuck, I'm talking about this shit. But nah, yeah. So yeah, we here in the A. You feel me? Like, what's if you had to name 3 artists, maybe not just from Atlanta, but 3 artists that you would want to like work with in the future? You know what I mean? Who would it be?
Like big artists or small artists?
Anybody. You can name anybody. Maybe somebody that's you know, probably famous already. You know, like known artist.
One is definitely gonna be my friend Devin, or my mutual Devin. She makes dope music. Like she's so cool. I think another person would probably be like her. Like I said, her. I love her. Like. That is who I look up to when it comes to music. And to be on a track with her one day would just be like crazy. And then there's this producer named Labyrinth. Have you heard of him? Labyrinth? He made the Euphoria soundtrack.
Okay, for sure.
He is crazy. Like, he has a mind to make music. I want to work with him. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, that's cool. She gave us a couple names there. Talk about your genre, like, cause I checked out a bunch of your music, and I was telling you earlier, like your style of music is definitely something, you know, non-traditional. Like it's like kind of different, something more different than what I've heard in a long time. So how would you explain your thought process when it comes to making music?
So my music in my current season of artistry, it's definitely surrounding like R&B. So, but it's like alternative R&B.
Yeah, for sure. Alternative is the right. That's what I meant to say. Alternative.
Yeah. So it's like it's R&B centered, but I feel like with alternative R&B, you're not sticking to the mainstream sound. Now you're getting creative. Now you're experimenting.
Yeah.
And I really, really love experimenting with music. So I've definitely been like taking inspiration from like newer artists like Sasha Keeble or K1 or Destin Conrad, and they're kind of like forefront in the all R&B scene right now. And I'm like, this is the sound that I'm trying to curating for myself, and it's just so fun. It comes from a place of vulnerabilism. Is that a word? You have to be vulnerability. Thank you. And authenticity, and it just comes from like speaking from the heart. And because of how intense the music can be, I feel like it helps really just like pivot to people. Now they really feel it in their soul and they understand it. And and it's just way deeper in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I fuck with it. Definitely. How the authenticity, like you were talking about, like that's something that I think is huge. Like people just, especially with your audience, right? You trying to be as authentic as you can so they can actually relate to you and everything you got going on. How important is that for you to stay authentic through your music? Like the words you speaking, the vibes you giving off.
It is the most important thing to me. Like that is the most important thing. And I really struggle with it and I fight with it every day when it comes to like outward opinion. Because I feel like no matter what you make, everybody has their own opinion on what you should do with your art. And at the end of the day, you need to be able to look at yourself and be like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to create? And you go from there. Like Don't worry about what other people are saying about you. Stop listening to everybody else tell you what to do, this, that, and the third. Whatever you make for yourself and what you love, you're going to continue to love it. Don't start off somewhere that you don't even really want to just because people are saying it's what's going to give you trends. That's not how it works. Do what you love first and foremost, and then create that audience for yourself with what you love so that you find like-minded people. So now you're doing what you love consistently all the time, and you have people who love what you do too.
Hey, that's real shit. How do you deal with the haters? How you deal with the doubters, the shit talkers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bump y'all. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. You
Yeah.
Listen, hey, at the end of the day, it's all about me. It's about me, my family, and God. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about nobody else. It's what I want to do, and that's pretty much it. Whatever the Lord calls me in my artistry, in my season,
Yeah.
that's where I'm going, and that's it. And I don't care what any of y'all think about it.
Hey, I love talking about faith. So, like, how important is your faith to you in your life in general, but also through your music and everything?
It's so important. Like, genuinely, I feel like a good relationship with the Lord is where you go. It's how you move. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to stay, reflect, pray, and just talk to him. You know, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people focus on like the worship. And of course the worship is so important, but it's also about the relationship.
Sure.
And having that relationship is what helps you actually find that conviction. You're able to walk in his wake and you're able to understand, you know? So.
Hey, you gotta stay prayed up out here. I'm telling you right now.
Pray every day, guys. If you're not
For
praying,
sure.
just talk to God. Talk to the Lord.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
I mean, at the end of the day, that could be a form of prayer, talking to the Lord.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta stay prayed up. What wakes you up every day motivated to keep putting your foot on the gas pedal? You know what I mean? To keep going.
My family, and just the love for the art at the same time. Like, between those two, it's how I do it. And just a drive to make something of myself, because at the end of the day, the goal is to be successful. And for me personally, the money aspect of the industry is not what calls me. What calls me is the recognition and the appreciation of the art.
Okay.
That's what I strive for. So that's what I look for at the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope. Hey, that's some real shit, man. Hey, so talk to me. I know you say you just got a new project that you either just dropped or you're working on. Which one is it?
Yeah. I just dropped a song.
Okay.
It's called My Love.
Gotcha.
And it's very it's a summery R&B vibe. Like, she's super cutesy, and I just feel like she's such a feel-good song to listen to when you're just driving, doing chores, whatever. That's kind of what I made the song for that specific purpose. It's just a fun song. So that was really good, but hopefully next year I'll have a project coming out. I'm definitely trying to put something in the works, so just stay on the lookout.
Yeah. Absolutely. Make sure y'all tap into everything she got going on. What could the people look forward to, you know, other than new music? What else you got coming out?
I just made a song for a film, so stay up on my Instagram and check out that, because the film really talks about some really important political situations going on. It's politically appropriate. Like, pay attention to that.
Pay attention. Y'all be on the lookout.
Pay attention. New music.
Yeah. Any videos, visuals, anything like that coming out?
Not in the works right now, but it's coming.
It's coming?
It's coming. I got
Yeah.
ideas. Don't worry, y'all. It's up there.
She cooking up.
I'm
She
cooking.
cooking up. Absolutely. Well, shout out your page. Let them know where they can follow you and everything one more time.
Yes. You can follow me at PRISCILLA Manning _ So that's
There you go.
Priscilla Manning _
Priscilla Manning, thank you for coming by. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing a little piece of your story. You feel me? And keep going hard. You feel me? Don't let up on these niggas, man. But hey, appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all platforms, and we gonna catch y'all next time, man. Peace.